And what's happening, PWT listeners? Pro Wrestle Times podcast is back. Phil's here. Yeah. Airline's here. Guys, YouTube is removing links and descriptions and comments and all that sort of shit. So please, www.patreon.com/ProWrestleTimes. If you want to support us, you get our full watch-alongs, reviews. Check that out. That's a great way to support us. And another great way to support us is just the free way. You just go click that like or subscribe button, share it around, tell a friend, shout you guys out. We want to jump right into things. So we're going to shout out our patrons, Ashley V and Ricardo, Reggie, Romando Rodriguez, and get a different name every week. And yeah, we just want to jump right into things. So we wrapped up our last recording and no news broke. We wake up this morning and boom, a bunch of WWE talent cuts that we're about to go over. So I do have some other little tidbits of news here and there that are kind of good newses, but we'll start with the talent cuts because we know that's what everybody wants to hear, right? So Hairline, are you did you get to look? Do you have any of these spoiled? Are you learning a bunch of these names for the first time? Did you read any of these when you woke up? What are your thoughts? What are your notions? What did you hear about coming into this podcast?
Yeah, I've seen some of the names here, but
And are you shocked and devastated, or are you like, I understand this? I understand this.
I understand a good portion of them.
Yeah, I understand every name that is named that I'm about to name for you guys.
Like,
I have a list here.
I told you on the last pod, like Elias got let go and whatnot, and it's like now he was just officially released with this announcement and shit. And like, I saw one of his recent tweets that was all like, "You guys, I can't be mad. Like, I had a #1 hit on iTunes because of this company." Like,
right. Well, he
God is good.
He just tweeted something out like an hour ago saying saying that tweet that you're talking about. So it's weird that you called that and you knew that he would get released.
Yeah, I'm a Jedi.
Yeah, that's weird because it wasn't official until today. So that's awfully weird. So let's go through this list of people.
X-Files.
Yeah, no shit. I really should have hit start, guys. This is the morning. But guys, we're gonna read this list here. None of these names. So on the last show, none of these names really come to a shock to me. Some of them are. Well, we'll dive into each of them. So the first name is Aaliyah.
She's a fucking hottie though, man. Jesus.
Yeah, but isn't she a little up in age? Not to like be ageist, but WWE doesn't, they don't fuck around. Like you get older as a woman, unless you're Asuka, they fucking they put you on the chopping block.
It is more or less what you said. You have to be Tiffany Stratton. You have to be hot and have ring psychology.
Yeah, you have to be the best
just be
of
hot
worlds now. Yeah, like Lola Vice. So Emma got released. Who, when we played a game on the last episode, we said, "Who would you release?" I picked Emma.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, clearly the WWE is listening to the pod. We know we can confirm.
Yeah,
that.
Hunter listens. It's confirmed. Triple H listens. Confirmed. Also, Saraya tweeted out, "Hey Emma." So Emma to AEW confirmed.
Shocker.
Dolph Ziggler.
Come over. Hey, all you got to do is come over here and suck Tony's cock.
So Dolph Ziggler was released. So Dolph Ziggler was released. The biggest name I would say of all of the names. I wasn't shocked by this. I saw this coming a mile away. I figured with Endeavor, they're either going to make him come to work, but just not. They'll still pay him the money, but they'll just make him actually come to TV and shit or do things for WWE, or they were going to let him go. I did know that was coming. I had the biggest feeling because he's getting paid, I think, somewhere like $1 million or 1.5 or somewhere in that range. I might be talking out of my ass, but someone can fact check that. He gets paid, I believe, like in the $1 million range, and he doesn't come to work. He only comes to work when they put someone over. You know what I mean? So shout out Dolph Ziggler. Swerve Strickland tweeted out Nemeth. Matt Cardona tagged Dolph Ziggler and just wrote Dolph Ziggler. That's the tweet. There's going to be a lot of money thrown at Dolph Ziggler. His brother works in AEW already. He likes doing the Hollywood thing, but WWE let him go do the Hollywood thing. And not a lot. I'm not dissing Dolph Ziggler at all. I love him. I'm a huge fan. And I thought he would be with WWE forever, truly. But Dolph, nothing in Hollywood's really popped off. Let's be honest. The time he's been away from WWE. So what has he really been in? He was in like a roast battle on Comedy Central or something. He's not even really a stand-up, or he is a stand-up, but he's not the best stand-up. Yeah, he does it, but like in the stand-up world, they don't consider him a stand-up. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the years in. You have like 10 years in a stand-up. So I don't know, man. Shout out Dolph Ziggler. I am willing to bet any amount of money we see Nick Nemeth in AEW. I'm willing to bet any amount of money that happens. So the next name we have is Shelton Benjamin. Now, again, I'm not shocked by that at all. He's older. He's probably on solid money, and they don't use him. So it's like either he becomes a coach in NXT, which I don't think he's ready to do. I think he still wants to be able to go and wrestle. Okay. Now I see Mark's online, literally fantasy Mark booking. Oh, I can't wait. I want to see this Will Ospreay versus Benjamin and shit. Like, you guys, calm the fuck down. Get out of here
immediately.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy. It's crazy you would attack anyone over fantasy Mark.
No, dude, to go, oh, I hope we get this. Ospreay versus Benjamin. Like, come the fuck on.
Yeah,
like
shit, that doesn't make
you
sense.
Couldn't have more of a WWE 2K fantasy Mark universe mode ever than that.
Did
like
Tony
that is so yeah, dude. Like Shelton Benjamin. Okay, do you remember how Trent Seven came into AEW, did one match, and then just disappeared forever? He was friends with Kip Sabian, and then he's just not anymore. That's what Shelton Benjamin will do. He'll show up, do like one match, go away, wrestle somewhere. I see Shelton Benjamin being like a coach in NXT or something very soon. Moving along. So Rick Boogs was released. Thank God. Just kidding. I'm not happy when anyone loses their job, but Rick Boogs, God, he was, I don't get who saw what. That was Vince. Yeah. Rick Boogs. It's like booger, but it's like Boogs. Yeah. You play your guitar, your air guitar. Yeah, he's like Freddie Mercury at Live Aid. I had AIDS once, but I beat it.
He's a rock star.
He had Magic Johnson.
He's the rock star. So he's got the guitar. I love it. Oh, yeah, it's real great, Vince.
So,
Tony, what are you doing?
So Rick Boogs is gone. Speaking of rock stars, Elias is gone as well. He was very thankful. I mean, how could you not be? It was stale for him, and he is 100% a guy who could go to Japan and figure it out, especially doing that guitar shit. They would love that in Japan. Not only that, he's a guy who could go to Impact and be a huge... People are going, AEW. What about Impact, bro? Impact is making strides. They're having the highest attendance, their highest ratings. They're getting more money to throw around. Elias and Impact would be great, Riddick Moss got released. Again, a guy who I'm not a hater, but...
Yeah, he was okay.
I don't see him showing up anywhere in wrestling. I see him maybe doing a tour in Japan, but I see him like selling supplements and like coaching like high school basketball or something, That's what I see Riddick Moss doing.
He had a real nice body, man.
Now, the biggest shocker of all of the cuts wasn't actually a cut hairline. So you probably, I'm not sure if you heard about this, but when the cuts...
Warrior?
No. When the cuts were officially announced, like when multiple of them were announced. Now, guys, as we're recording this, NXT is also, they have cuts coming. So I'll try and stay on the X and to make sure we see these.
Formerly known as Twitter.
But if we don't see them, we'll cover them on this show if they happen later. But if we don't see them, sorry guys, I'm just reading through X. I just want to make sure I don't miss any. But if we don't see the NXT cuts, we'll cover it on the next show. But later, as we're recording this show, they should happen. So there are more cuts coming for NXT wise. But again, a lot of those names I think will be people we're not incredibly familiar with. But that being said, the most shocking of these people who are no longer with WWE, Mustafa Ali, who apparently, well, first off, he has a match against Dominik Mysterio at No Mercy on the 30th, which he will not be at. Some people think it could be a storyline, but apparently the dirt sheets are coming out saying this is not storyline because he was never officially released. Mustafa Ali fucking quit. He just tweeted out like, I'm not with WWE. And then apparently it's been agreed. WWE agreed to terminate his contract. So he just doesn't want to be there. He'll be in AEW tomorrow or whenever he can. We know that for a fact. Yeah, your thoughts on Ali just saying, okay, I'm just not. I don't know. It seemed like basically what I gathered from what I read for about 5-10 minutes there was he was just like it's on some shit like, okay, you guys are cutting people again. I'm just not coming to work then, because I tried to get released. You didn't release me. You guys didn't cut me when you did the cuts. You kept me here for some reason. I did everything you asked. Now you're cutting people again and you didn't cut me. I'm fucking quitting. And they want him in AEW. We know that for a fact. They've all talked about it. So yeah, your thoughts on Ali just saying fuck this place.
He's basically fucking Leo Rush.
I think that the whole entire Way faction is getting cut. I think Gargano's going to be gone, LeRae's going to be gone, Indy Hartwell's going to be gone, and Dexter Lumis is going to be gone. I also think Tommaso Ciampa will not be with the company much longer. Reporting, so this is being reported by a bunch of outlets. So Tommaso Ciampa versus Giovanni Vinci set the record for the least watched match in WWE Raw history. So he's gone, in my opinion.
Oh, that's fucking savage, bro.
He's gone.
I'm just not invested in it, man. Like, it's kind of okay. It's like when we were talking about it off pod, like fucking just like he's just like sitting in a fucking locker room bitching about fucking Gunther, and it's all like, dude, fucking Adam Pearce told you to capitalize on your moment, and like somehow you inserted yourself in the Gable storyline, and it's just all goofy shit, man.
Yeah, dude. And then we have fucking. So the worst part is that like Emma tweeted out like when I woke up and I looked at X, Emma had a tweet out about how the Elimination Chamber, which is my next bit of news, is going to be in Perth, Australia, which UFC runs buildings there, and it gets crazy. They do huge sellouts there. I told y'all, Endeavor's going to open them up into all these markets where they have really good relationships that wrestling doesn't go to for big events. They're going to bring big events. So Emma, being from Australia, she tweets out, "Oh, a dream come true." And then she quote tweets herself going, "Never mind, I've just been released from WWE." I don't mean to laugh.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. It's just.
God.
It's ruthless.
Hey, like I said, man, Paige is all like, you just got to come over here and fucking just tell how awful the WWE is and just put Tony over, and you'll definitely get a fucking run with that belt.
So I wanted to ask you, Hairline, with all the releases. Well, before I ask you this question, my belief is I think we do see Edge in AEW for one run now. I'm back on that train.
Shut up.
I know it sounds so dumb, but
I don't even want to talk about it.
I know, but they just did a bunch of releases, and so this is all I'm saying, bro, is that apparently Edge and LA Knight are not close on money. Like apparently fucking Sean Ross Sapp and all those guys lied. LA Knight did not sign, and he's like, they don't have him. They're not close on his money. Apparently Drew McIntyre is the same way. And you know what that means. They just want to test and see what they'll get from the other place. With Jericho and shit, everyone going, "Oh, it's exciting. Edge is coming. It'll be Edge." You know that he's at least talking to Tony, and we know he is. It's Edge. He's not a dummy. Yeah. And his stock only goes up because that Percy Jackson movie that he stars in on Disney Plus, it's like a big deal for Disney. It just dropped as well. So no, Adam Copeland his stock is going up and all that. I think we do get an Edge like 6-month run in AEW just to get the bag and dip out. Now I do, because I just think they wouldn't be talking about it. Meltzer stopped talking. He's trying to now keep it secret after he leaked that it was going to happen because he's a fucking dumb stooge and doesn't care about business. So I do think it's going to happen, man. I know it's like
you sound dumb.
I know.
Dummy.
Yeah. But think about this, like at Wembley, they didn't bring out any celebrities. They didn't have any moments. They didn't have any famous footballers. They didn't do anything WrestleMania-y or spectacular. They didn't have any famous bands. They didn't do anything like
Paige
that.
Got that belt. No, Paige won the belt.
That's hardly anything. That's just a byproduct of a wrestling match, right? Like we're talking about, like, was Cyndi Lauper there? Did they bring Billy Idol? Okay. Did they bring fucking who's famous in the UK now, right? Like
everybody was there.
They didn't bring anybody out, and so I think that's them not bringing Edge was a missed opportunity. But I do think with these releases and the Endeavor shit, I think Edge is going to go there, pop a rating, go there for 6 months. I do, bro. And I think Vince and them are going to go, oh, that's our guy. And then and then Edge will just go back to WWE because this notoriously happens with everyone. It happened with Scott Hall. It happened with Chris Jericho with AEW. It happened with everything, man, where Vince goes like, oh, yeah, it's fine. Go do that deal. And then like the day before, he's like, so, pal, come on. You're with us. He did it to Moxley. Oh, yeah, you come out to Europe. Yeah, you're our guy. What'll it take? And then they're like, dude, no, I'm fucking signed with another company or whatever. Like, I'm going. I signed a deal. So he's notoriously done that with everyone. Bret Hart. So Edge will go for 6 months. Vince will go, oh, Edge, it's you're one of our guys, and then he'll come back to Endeavor with big money. Yeah, that's how this is going to work out. Hairline, your thoughts on Edge going to potentially to AEW, and I wanted to ask you the question: who out of this lot is the next quote unquote game changer for AEW and the fantasy Mark Bookers on X? No, who's the next game changer? Like every time someone goes to AEW, they go, oh, the game changer. Athena's a game changer. Keith Lee's a game changer.
Oh, anyone. Yeah, anyone. Hold on. Who just got all like, oh, that Ali.
So you got Mustafa Ali, Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin, Rick Boogs. Sorry, we skipped over this name. So Top Dollar. Sorry.
Top Dollar.
And editing fail. So Top Dollar got released. And the reason I wanted to save it for last was because only Top Dollar, the other two hit row, B-Fab and Ashante the Adonis didn't get released. And Top Dollar is the one who does creative and works on that WWE Treasure show. So that's crazy. He's the one who got released. But if the other two members do get released, you're dumb if Tony Khan doesn't bring them into AEW and do something with Swerve. I mean, he's just dumb because that was such money. When they all originally got released, everyone was like, you're a fool if Tony doesn't bring Hit Row into AEW, right? He brought Swerve in. Okay, Swerve's great. He's great. I don't know. It would be all I'm saying, dude. Yeah, bring Hit Row in, even if Swerve says, nah, fuck y'all, and he fights them and shit. But you're dumb if you don't capitalize on that. So yeah, those are the releases.
It's just it's Hit Row with Prince Nana dancing and Brian Cage hanging out in the background.
So I got a couple more just little tidbits. So Jade Cargill was seen at the Performance Center this week.
Yep.
And Randy Orton was captured on film joking with fans outside, telling them, doing this shh, heading into the Performance Center. So he's getting ready. He'll be back soon. Shout out fucking Randy fucking Orton, man. I'm so excited for Randy because
it's so cringe, man. The fans take photos of it from far away like he's a fucking Bigfoot or some shit.
Yeah, they have no chill. They have no chill.
Yeah, man. Right. Yeah, dude. It's awful, bro.
Guys, join the Patreon, and Hairline and Phil will go heckle those marks, and we will go to a week of NXT tapings and shit in Florida and stuff. But anyways, so
yeah, for sure. Definitely do that, guys.
Yeah. So Liv Morgan, speaking of traveling around, she's in LA and she's doing business, possibly movies, which we all know she's been wanting to get into. And NXT had the second highest rated 830K viewers, second highest rated NXT in a long time or whatever. They're moving on. They're going to crack a mill. And SmackDown, this is the biggest news. Fox, everyone was like, oh, where are they going to go? Meltzer and them, oh, doom and gloom. What's going to happen to SmackDown for the first time ever? SmackDown might not have a home. They signed to the USA Network for $1.4 billion on the same day they made all these releases. So SmackDown will now be on USA. Raw's deal with USA is going. The marks are going, Raw's going to get moved off Monday nights. Oh, I'm hearing it'll get moved off Monday nights. They're just they're just reaching for anything. It's not ever going to leave Monday nights. And Raw will end up somewhere dope, bro. It'll end up on ESPN. You guys don't get it. They're working with Endeavor now, okay? It's all good. It's going to end up somewhere.
Baby.
Yeah, NXT's rights come up as well. So yeah, man,
Should
that's
we should probably do like NXT guesses on who's being let go just to like keep the show evenly, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, dude, didn't we kind of do that? I mean, I don't know all these people's names and shit, you know? Dragon Lee's getting called up. That's all I know, right? Like, none of these guys, and they are fully moving NXT to be a third brand. We'll talk about it later. The pacing of the show, the formatting is main roster formatting.
No,
I
it's a
think,
lesser brand. Lesser brand.
yeah, I think they're going to officially move it up, get it circulating. We know Nick Khan wants that third show, and then you just do the Performance Center underground again territory. Phil called it all. So, yeah.
Do we even have do we even have to review this fucking Mustafa Ali promo on NXT coming up?
I mean, I'm not
Is
really.
there
We're
any
not.
point?
I
Yeah.
don't know. What are we reviewing first, Hairline? Sorry, I'm a little step behind here.
You got the Stone Colds ready? We're reviewing Raw.
I don't have them ready, brother.
Ah,
So,
Jesus.
uh,
Oh my God. This
okay,
is such an
so
unprofessional work environment.
yeah, dude. You get yelled at. You're fucking. You get sweared at. You don't get a smoke break. You're fucking.
Yeah.
Oh,
No
my
health
word.
insurance.
My word. Hairline, I'm gonna tell you some shit later when we talk about Dynamite that's just gonna trigger you. Over under on Matt Riddle being released though. Do you think he gets let go or what?
I don't know what's going on with all that, man.
Well, let's talk about Raw
I
because
think
he is expected at
I think
SmackDown or Raw. I think he it's been reported he's expected to be at Raw this Monday. So let's talk about this past Raw from Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah, give me hell, yeah.
What?
not yet.
I had to do a what, guys, just wait. I'm about to upgrade this whole soundboard setup here. It's a whole thing that I gotta get an audio guy on or something. But anyways,
And an audio guy. Hear
yeah,
that
for
comment
real. You
section?
yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, maybe Robbie C knows something about no, I'm just kidding. But I do have a lot of
Robbie,
experience in audio, but my expertise is not that. I always defer to other people. My expertise is in like Photoshop and fucking video editing and like formatting and writing and that sort of thing, production. Like sound is always like I pass it off, like I have an ear for it, obviously, but I'm never like, oh, let me mix and master this. That's someone else's job. I don't know what the fuck to do. Anyways, though, guys, I EQ our show, a little bit. I don't really play with it that much, It's all the recording settings that I have set up, that kind of go into it. So, anyways, though, we're in Salt Lake City, Utah, I believe, right? Yes, and it's Monday Night Raw. So Cody Rhodes kicks off the show. He says he wants to talk about Ray. He wants to talk about Jay Bluso. Dominik Mysterio comes out, says mommy isn't there because she was injured last week by Nia Jax, but which is crazy, that they're putting Nia over that strong, which we'll get into a little more later. Cody tells Jay that he thinks he's into mommy. Or sorry, yeah, Cody tells Jay that he thinks like mommy's into him, and he even teases Dom like, "Yo, mommy has eyes for another guy." And then we get a match: Dominik Mysterio
oh,
with Damian Priest and Finn Balor in his corner. They take on Cody Rhodes, and yeah, man, Cody Rhodes gets the win with a Cody cutter and a crossroads. It was pretty much a squash match, but this is how it should be, right? Like Dom's a little shit. Cody just gets a quick win. This promo was good. A great opening to Raw. Your thoughts?
Cody's over as fuck, man. That was quite a fucking opening to Raw
Yeah.
there. But yeah, he got interrupted again and by Dom. And Dom was holding his own, bro. He came out by himself, bro, just fucking spitting venom. And then I have a Dominik Mysterio quote here. So he's referencing the mommy here. He says she'll be back better and soon, rather than better and stronger. You just kind of just jumbled up on the mic there. And then Cody made an Urkel reference. You know what I'm saying? But it's all like Cody. That reference like 2 decades ago, dog.
Yeah.
Only the neckbeards got that shit, bro. And then yeah, Judgment Day made their way out because Judgment Day is a family. Okay, let's make that clear. I don't know, man. Fucking Dragon Lee was there. even though fucking the comment section will tell you NXT is a lesser brand, but for whatever reason, the lesser brand's being featured on the main brand. I don't know.
Yeah.
Explain that to me. And then, dude, fucking Cody's fucking Crossroads is just fucking. It's smooth like fucking Tiffany's fucking Swanton, bro.
Right, but when people
Fucking
sell it
beautiful.
correctly, though, there's some people who don't fucking sell it, and it irks me. I'm like,
Right.
come on, you've made it look like shit. But that move, I feel like, got buried so much, and then he like resurrected it. Like AEW really buried it a lot. I don't know. He like in AEW, the story was like he couldn't finish guys with it. He'd have to hit like 3 of them, and that's how it is sometimes in WWE. It's just a weird, wonky finisher for me. But he's got these series of moves he does, right? So it's almost like a Cody cutter, a figure 4, or a crossroads can fucking finish you, I guess. So that's kind of cool. But anyways, so then yeah, the Judgment Day, like they surround the fucking ring. Sammy and Kevin come down, stand side by side with Cody. Judgment Day dip. Cody leaves.
Yeah. So basically, what happens is they go to commercial break, and then they come back,
Okay,
and
that's
it's
where I'm fucked up.
KO. Yeah. So it's KO, Sammy, and Cody.
Yeah, and then
And KO's got some questions.
yeah, basically, and they just talk about how the bloodline's down a member, and Sammy tells Owens like you don't have to give him a second chance, but I think you should. And they're talking about Jay Bluso, and Owens is just like I don't trust Jay Bluso, and that's like a through line of the show. You know, he questions him later on, and da 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 da, and he's just like telling Sammy like I hope you're right about this guy, basically, right? So, and then yeah, your thoughts on that hairline?
Man, so basically, fucking yeah, Kevin. Cody is responsible for Jay Bluso and why Jay Bluso is now in our Raw line. Sammy was so good on the goddamn stick, bro. He's compelling. And then KO said, "Okay, boys, I guess I will play pretend because I trust the both of you." And then on top of it, after this, they play a video package that just enabled everything KO said. So it's just like Jesus Christ.
And then so earlier today, Adam Pearce tells Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods that Eric is cleared to compete. Pearce agreed to a singles match between Kofi Kingston and Ivar. So we get that match. Kingston versus Ivar with Valhalla. Kingston kicked out of that fucking moonsault. I didn't like that. They should have ended the match with that. But Kofi Kingston comes back and wins. Okay, I'm not like mad at it, but definitely a big guy moonsaults you like that. That's got to be the end of the match. And they had the crowd right there. I hate when an AEW did this so much on Dynamite. We're going to talk about later. You fucking when you have the crowd, end it. Like that's where you end the match. You have them right there. It's crazy to me, but I don't know. They just want they don't see shit in the Viking Raiders and New Day. They're building back up. I think we get a 6-man division, and I think the New Day, when Biggie comes back, they run with those titles. Your thoughts?
Yeah, man. So this was probably my favorite match of the night. I agree with you that the psychology wasn't all there, but as far as like the psychology was there in the sense of the wrestling, the big man versus little man psychology was definitely lacking, but as far as like here's a near fall, here's another near fall, all that they were doing the right things to pop me in the moment. So fucking Ricochet's girlfriend introduced that Eric was there, even though he wasn't there. It's all like, oh, baby girl, are you even like paying attention? Or are you just like sitting back there recording yourself on Instagram? Jesus. But yeah, man, like I said, this was really great storytelling. And then I thought it was sick how fucking Kofi was able to like change his direction fucking midair on that fucking crossbody, bro. That kind of shit's impressive.
Yeah,
And then the
of course.
SOS was a fucking great near fall. I don't know, man. So there was a like fucking Ivar went on like the mid turnbuckle, and Valhalla walked over and kind of like waved your hands around, and fucking then he went to the top turnbuckle, and it's like that. So this is kind of like believable spooky shit. It's not like outlandish spooky shit, like fucking popping
Yeah,
up in front of Matt Hardy's house and stealing his children.
yeah, yeah.
It's like I don't know, man. But yeah, man, like these were meaningful near falls. So like that's what fucking sucked me into the match because like you watch AEW, it's like fucking there's a hot tag, nobody cares. There's 62 fucking kickouts. There's 20 fucking minutes outside of the ring. So I don't know, man.
I
Like
will
this,
give you that. Like that was a great false finish too, and Kofi kicked out of the moonsault because I thought it was done right there, you know. So and they didn't have like a million false finishes before or after, so it was
right,
fine, you know.
right, and yeah, you were totally correct though, as far as like the Little Man
It
versus
should have been the
Big
finish,
Man
and he recovered
psychology.
too quickly. He recovered too quickly for me too. It was like, what the fuck, you know? But anyways, backstage, Ricochet said he's going to defeat Shinsuke tonight. Shinsuke comes out, Rollins comes out, and then attacks him. The officials hold him back, so he tries to attack him, but the officials hold him back. We get Nakamura versus Ricochet. So fucking Ricochet hits Nakamura with a chair. Nakamura wins by disqualification. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm sure you skipped this though. After the match, Nakamura
I
kicked
did.
Ricochet's leg from behind and hit him with the Kinshasa. Nakamura wrapped Ricochet's leg around the ring post and hit it with a steel chair several times. So he's basically injuring him. Rollins comes out for the save. Rollins attacks Nakamura. Nakamura blocked the pedigree, backdropped him on the chair, and then backdropped him on Rollins on the announce desk. Here's my whole thing. Why did Ricochet introduce and hit him with the chair and then get mauled and murdered after? This was fucking dumb.
I'm glad I didn't watch.
Okay, so backstage, Chelsea Green and Shayna Baszler said Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark are not actual friends like herself and Niven. Niven goes, well, if we're actually friends, where am I from? Green's like, oh, you're from Florida. She's like, what country am I from? She's like, Florida. So that's super funny. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven take on Baszler and Zoe Stark up next. I could not give a fuck about this, but then Nia Jax runs out, slaughters everyone, kills Niven, gives Baszler the Annihilator, which is the bonsai drop, which it is her finish, which I was hoping they were gonna do.
Yeah.
And the Annihilator, get it? That's a fucking great name, a great person to do that great move. That's just a simple, long forgotten move, you know? So shout out all that. I love Nia's big over with me. Your thoughts on this match and Nia killing everyone. She's killing everyone. She's going to be the one to beat Rhea, or Rhea's going to stop her, but it's going to be her, Rhea, Cargill. We have like a very big body women's division.
Vince was all like, yeah, we can do a friends angle too.
Yeah.
Look at this. Yeah, Chelsea doesn't know where she's from. Yeah, Florida. Yeah. Man, pretty much though. So fucking more Nia after birth. I honestly, man, I'm interested to see which diva she's gonna injure first. You know.
So backstage, Chad Gable asks Adam Pearce, what does he need to do to get another shot at Gunther? Pearce tells him that he lost last week, so he can't just get another shot. Bronson Reed comes in and tells Gable to go to the back of the line. They agree to have a match. Bluso's backstage. He says he knows he has a target on his back. Priest shows up, says the Judgment Day is looking for a Bluso, and they're really pushing hard for Jimmy, but he wants Bluso in the Judgment Day. He can't make that decision on his own. It's not a dictatorship. We're a family. And give me a yes or no tonight. So Gable with Otis and Maxine take on Bronson Reed. And I don't know. Bronson Reed wins. I guess Gable's just moving down the line. He's not getting his rematch. He's just, again, going down the card, I guess, which is fine, man. Some people's moment is just being in a big title match and never getting a hold of the big one. Some teams make it to the fucking Super Bowl finals and don't actually win. So it's what it is, man. Doesn't mean you're not, you didn't have a good career or whatever. That being said, Hairline, your thoughts on these backstage segments and this Bronson Reed versus Gable match?
Man, so fucking we had Jackie and Bluso, and then Priest walked up, and what I really liked there is he said, "Fucking y'all are blood, we're family. Those are two separate things. Those are your siblings and your cousins." So very compelling shit right there. They saw that. I was talking to you about this off pod, that fucking the rest of SmackDown doesn't matter as long as there's bloodline interweaved throughout the show. So now they're doing the same thing. They're interweaving Jay Bluso throughout the show to keep you locked in and whatnot. So just genius on Vince's behalf. And then fucking Bronson Reed's just fucking confusing fucking Chad Gable for fucking Ricochet because it's another small guy. Thought he was Ciampa, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he'd have to be bald. So then, speaking of Ciampa said, in this universe, you create your own opportunities. I want Gunther. Okay. Backstage, Kevin Owens telling Zayn he knew Bluso was talking to Damian. Bluso appears and tells KO, if you have something to say it to my face. KO tells Bluso, I think you're with Judgment Day, and if you're not, you will be. Whether you are with them or not, I do not trust you. Owens tells Zayn, I don't have a match, so I'm out of here. Zayn told Jay it seems like he has a decision to make with Judgment Day tonight, so good luck with that. In the ring, Becky Lynch says she wants to defend the NXT Women's title. She'll be at NXT, but tonight she's going to have an open challenge. Natty comes out. She's fired up.
I like open challenges.
The marks on Twitter, currently known as X, were freaking out because they asked, reportedly, this could all be made up, but they asked Becky Lynch, who do you want to have an open challenge with on Raw? She said Tegan Nox. The office said, nah, let's give it to Natty. Like, we want to feature Natty, you know, like she's done so much for us, And of course, Becky agrees. Okay, but then the marks are like, oh, should have been Tegan Nox. So I don't know, though. Natty shows up. It is what it is, but she cuts a fiery promo, and then they agree to a match. Becky Lynch and Natalya have a match. Becky Lynch obviously fucking wins because that's Natty's job, is just getting people over. And good for Natty being featured like this in a prominent spot. What was your thought of the thoughts on the backstage segment, the promo, and the match, Hairline?
Well, Ciampa, like I said, I don't give a shit about any of this. I like Ciampa. I pop when I hear his music since it's an NXT mark, but like, I'm just not invested in this, man. Like, fucking, I know. So, like, why did I watch all this Chad Gable shit if he's now just fucking, you know, going against Reed, and now fucking they just swapped in fucking Ciampa and damn it. You know what I'm saying? They just switched them around, bro. I'm not invested in any of it, dog. And then so this Becky shit. So I was under the assumption that fucking NXT was a lesser brand. So why is the lesser brand again being featured on Raw a second time? Kind of confusing.
Third brand, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Natty. She does deserve it. I'm not going to say she doesn't, but this was a pretty fucking pointless match.
Yeah, we know who's going to win. So up next, we have Tommaso Ciampa versus Giovanni Vinci with Ludwig Kaisers. We reported before this is the lowest viewed Raw segment in history or something like that. I just don't care about Ciampa. I gotta be honest. I haven't for a long time. Unless he's doing tag team shit with DIY, I just don't care, man. They really need to reestablish the tag division. So this is why the tag division, you can have big giant guys and small guys competing against each other, because you can tag and get, you know what I mean? Like the smaller guys can make quicker tags and isolate the bigger guy who, there's psychology to work around it. So it works. It makes more sense than like Orange Cassidy fighting Wardlow and taking him to the limit, like it works that way in a tag situation. It's a way to get people over. So you need to establish a junior, like a light heavyweight division, a heavyweight division, and then you need to establish your United States and European intercontinental divisions, right? And those guys can, of course, float to other divisions, but your international stars will probably look for that intercontinental belt, bro. And then you need to establish your tag division, and you need to establish your fucking, so like Ciampa, I love him, but he's a light heavyweight. He should be in a tag situation or fighting cruiserweights, and I'm sorry. And like Vinci, he's not the biggest guy in the world either, right? But what I'm saying is that this is why people aren't invested in Ciampa. Yeah, he's a serious badass fighter guy.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah, he's awesome. Like, that's great. Dope, but there's a million guys like that, like
said, right?
Like
Mox. They're all good athletes.
Yeah, Mox is that guy. Like there's 100 guys who are just like badasses fuck you up, So, and then who do like kind of creepy promos, like Ciampa kind of does creepy promos, and he'll wear a mask.
But like Ciampa's saying something, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not even
rambling on about movies.
I'm not even saying, release Ciampa. I'm not saying that shit. I'm not even shitting on Ciampa. I'm just like, he's a great hand. I get why he's there. Like, I'm not saying, fucking, I don't get, like, I enjoyed the shit out of him in NXT, but what I'm saying, put him in DIY. You got Gargano, you got Ciampa. Just put them in the tag division, and then they can wrestle the Viking Raiders and KO and Sammy and fucking the Street Profits. Have them do jobs. Who cares? Just fucking do something. Like, It's crazy, you know? But yeah, we're just not invested in this, and especially not Vinci. He's like the least interesting of the fucking Imperiums. So Tommaso Ciampa gets the win. Backstage, Seth Rollins said he's trying to keep it together, but he's losing his mind. He tells Shinsuke to know the time, place, and stipulation. So basically, this is the storyline, right? Like Shinsuke, instead of just, oh, yes, let's do the rematch, he's like, no, I'm going to make Seth beg for it so I can pick the stipulation and I can pick where and when, right? So it's just good psychology.
Yeah, good heel psychology.
Yeah.
Yep. Boom.
So then the main event, we get Jay Bluso versus Drew McIntyre. And basically, I'll let you go through this. Drew McIntyre hits the Claymore and gets the win. Basically, they're kind of swapping out Riddle with Bluso is what I joked off pod, but apparently Riddle's expected to be at Raws and stuff. So I guess not. Who knows? But either way, there's a schmoz after where the Judgment Day attack Jay. McIntyre made his way half up the aisle, turned around to see whether he's going to save Jay. And then before he does, Cody runs down and attacks Judgment Day to end the show. I don't know. I like this. This is just great interweaving storytelling. Your thoughts on the match? And basically, there's Judgment Day schmoz throughout the match. This wasn't my favorite match in the world, but it's two big fucking names in the main event, right?
Yeah, so fucking Priest is basically the Funko Pop now, where he's coming down and assisting people. You know,
where was Funko Pop though? Where was he this week?
I don't know. He's definitely mad, isn't he? Like fucking, he's like been trying to fucking get into Judgment Day, and like fucking Dom's just offering Trick a spot. They're fucking offering both the Usos a spot, and here's this guy doing everything he can. I was just like, oh man, just dogging Finn's boy. Yeah, man, Jay's over as fuck. And most of all, how dare Jay? You know, Jay could have become okay. They say he's main event Jay Uso. You know what would have made him Jay? No, you know what would have made fucking Jay Uso a real main eventer? Fucking being part of Judgment Day. Die in that fucking blue purple. Okay? So
okay.
I don't know, man. Dummy. Yeah.
So
Cody Daddy.
Yeah, dude. He's just
really
$1 million.
I got really sucked into the Drew McIntyre shit. Man.
You know what match I can't wait for? Drew McIntyre versus Cody. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah.
So yeah, that was actually a pretty solid Raw, but there was some shit in there, like a lot of shit in there I didn't care about in the middle, but my notes were just basically the beginning was great. I think I messaged you this actually. The beginning was great, the end was great, the whole middle, the 2-hour middle was just like, what the fuck was this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just happy I got you to come around on that Kofi match, because that really was my favorite fucking match of the thing, you know. And it's like, when do I ever put over a Kofi or a Vikings Raider match, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So before we get into NXT review, which we're gonna do, we'll just, I don't know, just throw in a couple more news topics here. AEW's Jake Hager announces mixed martial arts retirement. So he was 3 wins, I think 1 draw.
Ooh.
So undefeated, Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, and in Bellator MMA. So he was undefeated, and his last fight was like an insane fucking war, like a crazy back and forth, 2 heavyweights just slugging each other. Neither guy would drop. So shout out Jake Hager.
Yeah, we should watch it.
Yeah, let's we could review it definitely on the Patreon, patreon.com/ProWrestleTimes. That's patreon.com/ProWrestleTimes. I really am going to start pushing the links on you listeners now. I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat them like 40 times because YouTube is getting rid of the like link in the description thing or something, hairline. So I don't know. Shout out YouTube. We trust whatever, like whatever they're doing. Okay, I'm gonna trust it's for the betterment of creators, that's what they told us, because we're partners. So we got an email about it. But yeah, guys, we just, so you guys know, I'm gonna be like probably putting them in thumbnails and shit, you know, links and like the titles of the links and stuff. Yeah. But anyways, another little tidbit of news to transition into NXT. Lola Vice, who had a brilliant match, I just oogled over her to hairline in the DMs. I've had my eye on her before we ever had a podcast. I DM'd hairline. I said, keep an eye on Lola Vice. Give me your honest thoughts when you see her work, like a real match. So I can't wait, because we're actually going to get his thoughts on her working a real match with a real opponent on a real stage. Did she wrestle? She wrestled on NXT. She wrestled Roxanne Perez. and she's
Oh, okay, that Spanish girl.
yeah, I told you to keep an eye on her. Her name's Valerie Lareda, and I told you,
Her facials are great,
bro. We're gonna get into that. But she was on Ariel Helwani, who the AEW fans just fucking despise because he called Tony. He said Tony gave him the worst interview of all time, and he called the AEW fans freakazoids because they jumped all over him for talking shit. And then Tony Khan started telling Meltzer and these guys that, and everyone, that Helwani's a shill for WWE just because he fucking was in Montreal with George St. Pierre in the crowd and all this shit, right? And he works for BT Sports. Ariel Helwani is a super famous, for those of you guys who don't know, MMA reporter. And people are calling him a shill. Here's the thing. Oh, he's a WWE shill? Guess what? UFC and Endeavor banned Ariel Helwani from reporting on their company because he fucking won't chill, because he won't shut the fuck up, and he broke the Brock Lesnar news, right? Dana White used to the WWE marks have no idea. They don't do 5 minutes of research on anything. You know, you can look up Ariel and UFC's history. It's chronicled. There's documentaries about it on YouTube. Dana White used to walk up to Ariel, hug him, kiss him. I love you, kid. You know, we need you for the sport. Da 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 da. All the marks are like, Dana banned him because he's a bro. That's not. It's okay. Dana banned him because Ariel wouldn't shill. He wouldn't. He got the news about the Brock Lesnar returning at UFC 200 news, and he fucking leaked it. And he put it out there. He just reported. He did his job, knowing it would piss the UFC off while he was in the arena that night. He reported it before they played the video on the screen. And the security came, grabbed his ass, banned him. And you think he's going to shill for WWE? Oh, but he works for BT Sports doing a WWE thing. I'm going to tell you why. Ariel Helwani got hired by BT Sport to cover just to cover whatever they needed him for, right? Like they gave him a deal. Okay, we're going to give you a show covering UFC, and you can cover UFC is what they hired him for. Well, UFC and BT Sport then cut some sort of deal, and Dana White will not work with Ariel because he will not keep his mouth shut. He only reports the real shit, okay? And so BT Sport went, fuck, bro, we can't have you covering MMA because we only cover UFC. Like that, we have a deal with them now. So now you can't cover them. Will you cover WWE? We have a deal with WWE. We know you like wrestling. So he said yes. If BT Sport had a deal with AEW, they would have said, can you cover AEW for us? And he would have said yes. He has AEW people on his shit. He has WWE people on his shit. So Lola Vice was on Ariel Helwani's show because she is a mixed martial artist. She's a lifelong martial artist. She fought just like Jake Hager in Bellator MMA. So Ariel Helwani had Lola Vice, aka Valerie Lareda, on the MMA Hour. And this was, I believe, a year ago, but this clip is resurfacing after her banger of a match on NXT, which we're about to get into as we get into this review. And Ariel Helwani asked her, well, I'll play the clip.
Did you talk to AEW as well?
No.
There was no?
No.
Wow, look at your face. You just went like,
no.
You were not interested. Mm-hmm. You're Team WWE.
Team WWE all the way, and there's nothing.
Why so serious you just got?
Because
you didn't want to play the negotiation game, you know?
No, nothing compares to WWE. Like, it's a monster of its own, and everyone knows that.
They're going to love you.
No.
That was a great answer.
It's the truth, though.
There's no second place.
No, there's nothing.
Minor leagues.
Like, they're global. It's a global organization. Like, even with its, like, everything, there's nothing that compares to a WrestleMania. Like, who could pull that off? Like, nobody. WWE. They're the only ones.
Did you talk to?
They're the only ones, man. I don't know.
Yes.
So, yeah, they're all about
is
Lola Vice over there in WWE. That's for damn sure.
Dude, everything she said is right, though. And the neckbeards just are going to argue. It's not a global entity. Totally God.
Yeah, dude. And speaking of which, and then we'll get into NXT, I promise. So there's a tweet going around from @Elite Club SOB or something, and it says, when The Undertaker got concussed at WrestleMania 30, Vince left the show and went to the actually no, I'll save this for when we do Dynamite. Sorry, I fucked up. So Hairline, let us get into NXT, which emanated from, of course, the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. And this was a solid fucking episode of NXT, man. I liked it better than Raw. That's for goddamn sure. The show kicks off. Becky Lynch comes out. She gets a huge pop. She starts spitting a rhyme like Ali would back in the day. Tiffany Stratton took her to the limit and deserves a rematch. Stratton comes out and says she wants a rematch at No Mercy. They exchange words. They start fighting. Kiana James comes in and attacks Lynch. Lynch fends them both off. And I don't know. We're getting the rematch. Your thoughts?
So it's like Becky she buries Tiffy and then puts Tiffy over, and it's all like, well, you got to make up your mind, like, is your opponent credible or is she not credible? We need to decide here. Then Tiffy came out.
Oh, sorry.
Tiffy came out spinning facts, dog.
Yeah.
Ironclad facts, and it was a very great in the moment swerve for everyone there. How she was all like, "Oh, you people want a rematch?" And she was all like, "Too bad, heel shit." And then, yeah, man, like you said, Kiana James came down and snuck attack, but nah, not the man.
So, do you think we get Jade Cargill debut at No Mercy, or do you think we get it at like Survivor Series or something like that? If you had to bet.
No, I don't think she'll be at No Mercy. She just got into the performance center. She's extremely green, bro.
Yeah. Like, well, in certain areas, she's really good in a lot of other areas, but it's like China, though. I think they might just throw her up there like, okay, we know she can hang. If we give her like a month of training or a couple weeks, she can go in at No Mercy, and then she doesn't have to wrestle again until, and they have girls who can carry her along, in that ring. So I think she shows up sooner than later. I really do.
I feel they're going to train her a smidge, like you said, break her of her bad habits.
Yeah. Hopefully she breaks those fucking bad habits, and they're not going to put chairs in her hands until she's ready for that shit. Dummies. Yeah.
Fucking goofy.
So Tony D'Angelo and Stax are like doing a segment where they have like photographs laid out like a mob meeting. Oh, these different tag teams.
Yeah.
Are they gonna it was what it was. It's good shit.
I love it, bro. Yeah, dude, it's great.
And then in the back, Ilya go ahead.
Doug, shout out to Tortellini or shrimp. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what we do. We're Italian. We love to eat.
So Dragunov says he'll finish at No Mercy what he started at the Great American Bash. As for tonight, he'll be watching the match between Hayes and Mysterio. Becky Lynch comes in, challenges Stratton and Kiana James to a 2-on-1 match tonight. Dominik tells Trick Williams that someone who's lived in his dad's shadow, he knows how Trick feels. Williams said he doesn't live in anybody's shadow. Dominik said for once he stepped out of his dad's shadow, he shined, and it's time for Trick to do the same. Williams said nobody's going to drive a wedge between him and Mello. Dominik said he used to say the same thing about his dad. Obviously, Mello and Trick splitting off. Trick's a big star. You notice, though, this is where when I saw this scene, I messaged Hairline. I go, the formatting here of this show, they're getting away from the high schooly shit, and you see with the formatting, like Butch comes out next. And then there's a commercial break. They go backstage and then they send it back to the ring for the match, not to jump too far ahead, but they're formatting this shit like Raw and SmackDown now. You're starting to see it. I think they're going to move it out of these small buildings.
Brand.
Yeah. It's the third brand. I know we have Marks in the fucking comments going, it's below ROH, like in kayfabe trying to, but yes, fucking this shit is becoming the third brand officially. It's you can't deny it. The formatting, the pacing, the way they're kind of taking it out of the school, and it's more like, no, they're just backstage at the arena and they're in an adult locker room, that sort of thing. But anyways, not to jump ahead, Hairline, what did you think of these backstage segments and promos there?
All right, man. So first off, Dragunov is getting that strap. There's no way around that. Fucking Dragunov is their next champ. Ugh. And then Mello's gonna go up to the main roster, for sure, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking Becky's just mad, and I guess like this was the place they inserted, so that we could keep the show going at a good format. So like, I'm not mad at that, but that's basically all I got from it was Becky's pissed off and fucking, I'll take both of you on. I don't care. I'm the man, and when the man comes around, all that good Becky Lynch shit she says.
Yeah,
fucking, man, and then still fucking Trick Williams, the Judgment Day confirmed, new member to Judgment Day.
Trick. Whoop that! It's crazy because it does seem like Judgment Day is expanding. Like they're like, nah, Bullet Club Purple in this bitch.
Do you think the fucking Do you think the Funko Pop kicked his TV after this promo?
I don't know, but like, where's he been? So the Global Heritage Invitational match, Butch versus Tyler Bate. Butch and Bate. So Butch gets the win. I think he's going to win this whole thing from what I've been following. And I don't know, these two have been wrestling each other forever, and they always put on a great match. So I love this match. It was a great match. Your thoughts?
I didn't watch a lot of fucking NXT UK, but they really they portrayed that these guys really fucking the UK indie scene, fucking NXT UK, these guys that fucking clanged and banged all over the goddamn fucking
Yes.
Atlantic to the Pacific.
We were just talking about this off pod, right? So Dave Meltzer, not to go off on a side tangent, but Dave Meltzer, remember he used to say, what did he say in that interview? Oh, well, that we reacted to, I think on patreon.com/ProWrestleTimes. Meltzer's talking about like, oh, well, like the British style, there's lots of great stuff. Like they're doing great stuff in Britain and around the world right now and New Japan. And it's better than WWE. So, and then they're asking him like, where do you have time to watch all this shit? Right. Like, I think Conan's asking him that. And he's like, oh, well, like, how is it better? Oh, well, the Britain's doing great shit. Okay. This is what we're talking about. WWE has the Lucha style, the New Japan style. They have the British style, the UK style. They have matches like this on NXT, and you got Dragunov and Walter and with Chad Gable, and that's what they're doing on the main roster. Even if NXT isn't main roster yet, they're doing that still. So what is Dave? He's just so inconsistent. So like, how is this not a 4-star match, Dave? I thought like. It's just not. That's how he's just disingenuous. It's just whatever the Bucks are telling him is cool, is what he's into, or whatever the fucking marks on his message boards are like. You should look at. Anyways, Hairline, you go ahead.
Yeah, man. So this was a very even match, but Butch always just fucking got in a little slapper, a little something to just like kind of fucking hazing in a hazing way. Fucking I'm the older brother. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit. Fucking man, fucking Mensa had his own personal Matrix out there.
Oh yeah, so did they have the Matrix shit out there during this, dude?
Yeah,
I almost shut this shit off when I saw that. I think I messaged you. I said, "Yo, if that one girl," I was like, "If that one girl with the orange hair wasn't so hot, like if I couldn't just stare at her while this shit's going on, I'd have turned this shit the fuck off." So thank God they had those ladies out there just looking fine like wine. Sorry.
I popped when he did the Mr. Anderson. I chuckled, bro. It's like MJF level cringe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, back to this match though. Fucking Tyler's got a really sick DDT, bro. And then I thought it was very cute that they hugged after the match.
So up next, Thea Hale goes shopping with JC Jane.
Yes,
highlight. I don't know. This was funny shit. It's just more their MJF Adam Cole shit. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'll tell you. We can do a best friends day. Oh wait, no. How does Shawn Michaels talk?
I don't know. Do a Shawn Michaels? I can't. You got to ask RVD. He does the best. He does the best impression of Shawn Michaels.
Well, okay, more or less, man. I can't wait to see fucking Thea's new outfit. And like. Even outside of the fucking being a fucking simp for her shit, fucking she's got a nice fucking 6-pack, bro. Fucking
dude,
she's gonna be a real
bodied
fucking star,
up,
dog.
Man. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dog.
The real athlete.
Fucking JC's a dime.
Yeah. She's a cutie for sure. I don't know if you saw Cora Jade as well on social media. She's been getting bodied up, dude. Shout out Braun Breaker.
I saw the enhancements.
God bless her and God bless you, Braun Breaker. So the NXT Global Heritage Invitational match, part Duke Hudson with Andre Chase took on Joe Coffey with Mark Coffey and Wolfgang. This match was whatever Duke Hudson won. I don't really care about this. So your thoughts?
Duke Hudson is okay, man.
It was just whatever. I don't care.
I wrote down the viewing area is a lesser man's catering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I thought fucking they said on commentary fucking Coffey's trying to become the fucking leader of what's the faction name? Gents Kiss or something?
Yeah, Gallus.
Yeah, so he's trying to become the leader of Juke Kiss, and I thought he already was.
Gallus, you motherfucker.
Kind of confusing. Basically, a triple threat. It will be great. It's all I fucking saw there.
Yeah. So then they show a tweet from Mr. Stone that says it'll be a long road ahead for Von Wagner. And then we get Roxanne Perez versus Lola Vice with Elektra Lopez. I had my eye on this closely. Basically, Lola Vice. So we talked about her before we played the clip with her on Ariel Helwani. There's another article came out where she said, "I'm going to be the best WWE superstar in history." You know, she's invested, and I said it from the beginning. I've been following her from the early days of her MMA career. I said, man, if WWE gets their hand, when I heard she signed, I'm like, this is good. She's good. If she takes this serious, she's going to be a top star in this company one day, because you could just see her attitude, her flavor, her flagrance. She's gorgeous. She's very young. She's very athletic, very talented martial arts. And you saw in this match her facials, her selling, her pacing, the way she squares her body up, the way I was telling Hairline Off Pod, just the way that she's okay. So in between, like in like her, it's not even just the pacing. It's her, like she sells like her arm a bit. Oh, she tweaked my arm. She'll like sell her arm in between the moves. Like she gives a reason for the pacing. That's what we're talking about. It's just letting things breathe and telling us a story in her facials, her talking to the ref, her talking to the crowd. She's not overdoing it. Her confidence in herself, deferring to her manager outside, the way she lays shit in. She's not doing, and I hate to say this, but she's not doing like Britt Baker routine sequences. She's throwing kicks and doing chain wrestling and doing competent Irish whip reversals and using the ring, having ring awareness and shit. That's what she's doing. She's not doing these routines. She's wrestling like a dude almost. I love this girl. She's going to go to the top of this business. I truly believe that. And none of anything she did looked bad. I was like, okay, I'm going to pick out the greenness and I'm going to constructively break her shit down. And she got more over with me than Roxanne. Now, that being said, takes two to tango. Roxanne, of course, light years ahead of her, probably called the match, and we're not going to say carried it though, but she definitely helped make Lola look great. But Lola made Roxanne look great, and Roxanne gets the win. Your thoughts, Hairline? I mean, just two tremendous women, and shout out Lola Vice.
Yeah, man. So fucking Roxanne could be really like the next fucking female John Cena, or like a Bianca Belair, where like the little girls fucking, latch on to her and fucking dress up like her and all that shit. And then so as far as this Lola Vice, man, like you said, fucking her pacing and the storytelling, ring fundamentals that fucking you either get or you don't. She's not fucking. This isn't a gymnastics routine to her. Like you can tell she's storytelling,
right?
Not fucking, going for that viral moment.
Right, and she can do flip kicks and all that, bro. She can do them. There's videos of it. She's a taekwondo. She could do like a fucking Kofi Kingston Trouble in Paradise wheel kick if she wanted. She doesn't. She just keeps it. It's a match. It's a fight. It's a struggle. I just love it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, pretty much, man.
Yeah. So in a pre-tape segment, Eddie Thorpe challenges Dijak to a strap match. And then in the back, Roxanne Perez offers Becky Lynch to be her tag team partner against Stratton and James. Lynch thanked her, but says Perez needs to ice her shoulder after the match she had earlier, and she'll take care of Stratton and James by herself. And then we get Hayes versus Dominik Mysterio. Dragunov's on commentary. Hayes and Mysterio, they have a good schmoz, like where they kind of bump into Dragunov and all this shit. Dragunov gets involved. It's what happened here. Wasn't it like a fucking no contest or a DQ or something like that?
So basically what happened there was Dom slapped him and then he ran in and interfered.
And he laid that slap in, man.
Yeah, man. And you said the internet was crying about this?
Well,
right?
Brian Alvarez or something was like, oh, this is
shocker.
Wow. Yeah, I just can't even waste my brain power on even thinking about anything that guy has to say. And then I didn't realize, though, you see a clip of Brian Alvarez, he's fucking wrestling Orange Cassidy doing goofy shit. And I'm like, oh, that's why I didn't realize like these guys were doing shit on the indies, like they're marks for each other. Anyways, though, in the back, Joe Gacy and Ava tell Trick Williams that He left Carmelo Hayes in a bad spot. Gacy tells Williams there's nobody around him and offered Williams to come with the schism. William told him no. So we got multiple factions doing recruiting here across WWE. And in the back, Andre Chase gives Duke Hudson a pep talk for his three-way match to determine the winner for the Invitational Block B. And then in a pre-tape, Bronco Nima, Lucy, and Price and Scripps were showed rolling dice on the streets. And then we get Hank Walker and Tank Ledger, who said those guys will not stand in their way of winning the NXT Tag Team Championship. So really focusing on their tag division. Hairline, your thoughts on all that backstage and dice throwing shenanigans?
Oh man, how far back are we here? Oh god, Mello and the hippies, man. Fucking, he was all like, "Yo, talking all crazy in here and all that." I don't know, man. Trick is just fucking. He's so quick with the fucking comebacks, bro. He told Ava he's covered in olive oil. Just like clowning, man. Fucking ridiculous, bro. And then so with the Chase U shit, I was just saying, fucking Prince Nana, you should take some notes here, dog. This is how you hype up your talent as a manager. Man, well, what? All he does is dance and fucking whine about feet, okay? And then fucking, oh man, so this ghetto shit. It was fucking T-Pain and fucking City Morgue on fucking Bane serum. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking, these guys are hood. We get it. I'm sure Booker T was popping to this.
Okay, come on, man.
So did we really need to fucking do Fraser Coffee and Chase U this week? Like, we couldn't save this for next week?
Yeah, or the fucking pay-per-view. Oh, it's a three-way. Give us a week to figure this out or whatever. Then a three-way, and then we'll do it at the pay-per-view.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So speaking of which, we get into this match, this three-way. I didn't really care for. I'm not invested in this shit really. Other than Butch's half of it. So it's Joe Coffey. So we're gonna get Joe Coffey versus Butch, I guess, or something. I don't know. And then, yeah, your thoughts on the match? You don't give a shit. I can tell. Backstage, Mustafa Ali, who's no longer with WWE, he said I snapped on Hairline, but Hairline is right. I'm wronger. So fucking Robbie C, I know you're gonna give Hairline shit in the live chat. I'm wronger. I'm in the wronger here. Hairline is right.
That's all he does.
Ali can't be just leaving before the pay-per-view. At least do business and then walk out, like at least go and lay down at the pay-per-view and then check out, and tell them that, like, listen, I'm going to go to this pay-per-view and then either cut me or I'm just not coming to work. Here's my 2 weeks notice. Sorry guys, but Hairline is righter than I was, but he's not Leo Rush, but Hairline will still say he is Leo Rush, but that's fine. Backstage,
well, because he is.
He's not. Yeah. He's way more professional. I have to be honest.
He's not playing that. The only difference is he's not playing the victim. You know what I'm saying? But
right, and that was my point. All Leo Rush does is like, I demand you. Okay, this is the thing. And people say, take your ball and go home. It's not that. I respect. Stone Cold went home. There's certain people where I believe we've all been in a job in our lives, and if you haven't, go live a little, where you just said, you know what? I don't need this shit. And you fucking just go home. We've all done it, whether you can afford to or not. So I don't blame anyone for going, I'm just fucking going home. But ultimately, though, you are right. He's being featured against the hottest heel in the business, but he just has wanted out of there. And I think it's just for him. It's like, I did everything you've all asked me to do. Why the fuck can I just not go home then? If you're letting these other people go, why are you keeping me? And I could get how that could be a little irritating, where you're trying to be professional, but you don't really want to be there, and they don't really want you there, but you don't know why the fuck they don't want you there. But they are putting you against Dom, but you're like, oh, I just don't even want to be doing this.
They clearly want him there.
I think he's
I don't get that. If he's featured against Dom, like, how is that, like, they don't like him?
I don't know, man. I think he just doesn't like, I'm going to get a shot against Gunther and do a job against him when they need me for Saudi Arabia, or, I'm going to go get
right there. You got featured against fucking.
I know, but some people
hottest intercontinental champion.
Some people just don't. That's not it for them. But what is he going to do though? Where else are you going to go? I think in Impact he could get like a world title run out of Impact. I really do, because he's got the skill and I don't know if he has the name, but he could be like a reigning X Division champion there. I could see Ali doing business in Impact or something. So I don't know. Shout out Ali. But either way, though, he's backstage. He's doing his World Economic Forum politician I'm the rightful contender for the North American Championship. He promised Dragon Lee he would get the first title opportunity after he beats Dominik Mysterio, but nah. Looks like
lied about that.
Yeah, Dragon Lee's fighting on Raw against Dom, and Dragon Lee I think is going to get the call up soon. It would be or the call up. NXT's the third brand. Anyways, though, Dragon Lee is I think they're just going to put this one on the pay-per-view. That'd be the smart thing. You just move shit around. Your thoughts on all this, or do you even want to talk about Ali anymore?
I'm not interested in him. He's unprofessional, bro. Like, fucking, even so, like, say he goes to AEW, like, it's gonna be like, oh, there's the unprofessional guy.
And then, like, what is he going to become world champ there? Oh, it's free Ali. Why? So he can just go get a bunch of money and not be on TV? Like, it's still the same thing. So, but at least in NXT, at least in NXT, he's like helping get the future of the company over and the future of the business over and shit. Either way, though, it's good that AEW exists because when talent get laid off, you know, there's places to work. New Japan, Impact, WWE. There's places to work, man. Anyways, in the back, Tiffany, Stratton, and Kiana James say they will defeat Becky Lynch tonight. Stratton says she has a surprise. Backstage, Josh Briggs blames Fallon Henley for Miles Bourne turning on who gives a fuck about any of this. And then Corbin comes up.
Good, man. Yeah, Corbin.
He's like, yeah, I'm glad, Corbin, whatever. I don't know what he's doing, but Corbin is either going babyface or they're like towing the line with him. I don't know, but he's going to fight one of these goofballs. He's
entertaining.
Yeah. And then moments ago, Carmelo Hayes says Ilya Dragunov walks around here like he's already got the title. Next week, I'm going to let him know where he stands. Your thoughts on all that stuff?
All right. So fucking with the rednecks and all that, it's just that girl's a fucking simp for the fucking other redneck guy. I'm enjoying Corbin in NXT, bro. You know, I'm all about it. And like I was saying, I think Melo's losing that fucking strap. And then as far as like the Tiffany and the fucking the Becky promo, you know, or not the Tiffany and fucking what's her face? I'm sorry, Tiffany. In my notes I wrote Tiffany and other.
Dummy, yeah.
But iron sharpens iron, you know. So. Yeah.
So speaking of which, we get into the match, Becky versus Tiffany and Kiana, and then Lyra Valkyria comes out. I guess her and Becky are from the same country. We talked about that last show. And then they team up, and then Lynch and Valkyria beat the other two women. I'm not going to shit on this, but I was just like, okay. You know, I don't know. They could have just did the promos and then just did the match at No Mercy. I don't need all this. Whatever, but Becky pops the rating, so good for big time Bex. You know, she's gonna get NXT to a mill. I think that's what they are tasking her. And Billy Body brought this up on his show, but Becky blew Seth out of the water as far as like they sent Seth down there. He spiked the ratings for NXT, but they sent Bex down there and she spiked him even higher, dude. So good for that family, you know. Good for Rollins. He got a good wife. Got a good wife on his hands, man. She can make that bread for him, I guess. But she's just really real. That's the whole thing about her. So that was NXT, folks. And then we are going to move along to Dynamite. But yeah, hairline. So there's some news surrounding like AEW and the Moxley match. We'll get into that. There's other news that really no one was tweeting about that I kind of tweeted about or X'd about. And I was like, yo, why is no one talking about this? That I noticed immediately as I was watching it. But this AEW Dynamite was actually AEW Dynamite Grand Slam, which emanated from the Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York, New York.
No.
So hairline,
what kind of sick fuck? I'm sorry.
On talent release day here, before we get into Dynamite, I had to interrupt us. So people are hearing that some of the wrestlers had discussions with WWE about leaving the company mutually. Some of the contracts were expiring already. Wrestlers like Elias were informed about their release almost 2 or 3 weeks ago. And that's why you had known that before a formal announcement was made. And AEW Neckbeards tweets out, remember, folks, WWE releases talent, notifies talent that they release. Talent get paid for 90 days for the non-compete period. Angry face. AEW lets talent's contract expire. Tony Khan doesn't notify talent and even ghosts them. Talent doesn't get paid anything extra. Smiley heart.
Oh, Neckbeards.
I gotta retweet that.
That's great.
That's hilarious.
How dare Vince? That monster Vince McMahon.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Bruh.
So let's get into AEW Grand Slam. Hairline. Also, this is our 30th episode. We didn't mark, there was too much news, so we didn't mark out about it at the top of the hour. But god damn, my friend, 30. I can't even believe, I thought we'd have 30 subscribers. We're at like fucking 800.
Man,
something like that's crazy.
Where's our montage like Jericho and fucking Sammy?
I think if you combine our channels, we're at like almost 1,000. So shout out all you motherfuckers. We need to get to 1,000 on the Clips channel though for Christmas. Yeah. So tonight's episode of Dynamite Grand Slam is broadcast from the Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York, New York. We got Excalibur, Taz, and Tony Schiavone, but we also had, I think, Kevin Kelly was at the broadcast booth. And
no, it was your boy, that Mark.
Ian Riccaboni, sorry. Yeah, so that was awesome. And we kicked things off with the title versus title. Claudio Castagnoli with Wheeler Yuta. He took on New Japan Strong champion Eddie Kingston. AEW, shout them out. They actually had like 11K people in the building or something. So 11K people showed up in New York for MJF and Eddie Kingston pretty much. So shout them out, there you go. But this is a title versus title. I just couldn't believe. I was like, they're about to put Eddie Kingston over on Claudio. Like Claudio left WWE to go to AEW and do this. Like I just couldn't. And you can tell. I was DMing Hairline during the match. I was going, Claudio is okay. You can tell it all in. He wouldn't keep his shoulders down for the orange punch. He's no selling super kicks. He's really no-selling a lot of Kingston shit. Looks like he's phoning it in. Looks like he doesn't want to be in this situation. And I don't know, man. I just think he looks like, I don't want to say a shell, but he does not look like himself when he was doing best of sevens with fucking Sheamus and shit. I don't think he's fully happy there. And I think he's just a professional and he's going to keep his mouth shut and work his contract out, and we'll see him back in WWE. Or so I think he'd be used better in Impact. Let's be honest. This is crazy. So I don't know. And I'm not even the biggest Eddie Kingston hater, but those fucking phony chops and Claudio just wasn't selling them. And the back fist, they kind of botched the ending with the, let's just throw in the extra back fist this move and get the pin. So Eddie Kingston, Tony's just going full force on all of his pet projects. Eddie Kingston is your New Japan Strong and ROH World Champion. I'm glad that the New Japan and Strong and the ROH titles were on the line at this AEW show. This is just a super indie. And I guess congrats, Eddie Kingston. He gets to live out his dreams. And they're like, this is the great moment in the history of Dynamite. And this wasn't an awful match. The crowd was into Kingston, but I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. Hairline, your thoughts?
In the very opening of the show, Excalibur goes, Taz the mountain of credibility. Facts.
Yeah.
Did we need fucking 4 guys on commentary? What the fuck was that? Jesus.
Dummy. Yeah.
Eddie's toughest opponent so far is definitely himself. You know what I'm saying? He can't fucking wake up and fucking go to the gym or whatever the fuck's going on there. There's an adequate amount of chest touching, several times throughout the match. I don't know what Eddie tried to do to Claudio there in between the ropes. He had to do the spot twice. It's some fucking Excalibur name move. But
can I point one out too there where fucking Eddie Irish whips him into the barricade, and then Claudio like stops right before it, then just like sells his toe or his knee, like he banged his knee kind of thing. Like he's phoning it in, He's got boo-boo face, and I don't blame him, dude. He's too big. I can't. It's just he's always misused in WWE. He goes to AEW to just be misused, and I'm supposed to be happy about that. Go ahead.
So if this is the major leagues, why do we keep talking about the fucking indies the entire match?
And why do we talk about WWE as well? Which I'm about to point some shit out here. Give your review, and then I'm going to point something out about this match that might infuriate you. Just to be honest.
That's crazy that you can add more irritation onto this. I easily believe that fucking Eddie wasn't taking Claudio's fucking health advice and trying to fucking better himself. That's easily fucking, I believe that shit.
Right.
The ref was selling like Aubrey.
It's weird. There was like Punk and Claudio on the indies both told Eddie to get serious and take his body serious. Crazy. Sorry, go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
That ref was selling like Aubrey. There was like a kick out, and he like threw himself sideways and fell over.
The
It was just fucking.
refing on this show. The refing across this whole show, this event was just horrific. Go ahead.
What is it? What's that move? The Hurricane?
The I don't know, but Awesome Kong does it better. That's all I gotta say about that. The
It's
Hurricane.
not believable.
No,
It's
not
just
when
not
Eddie does it,
believable,
dude.
bro.
Eddie does okay. Those chops, you see people do them in Japan and they do them legit. Eddie just does them cheesy. I don't know what it is. And then the back fist. Awesome Kong lays it in harder than you, bro. Aja Kong lays it in harder than you, bro. Those are women, okay? Now, I'm no sexist, but Eddie Kingston, are you telling me? I mean, Awesome Kong probably could beat Eddie Kingston in a fight, let's be honest.
Probably.
I'm just joking. But okay, so hairline. I'm going to tell you
Hold
something.
on.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not done. This
Okay,
shit's a fucking joke. Bro.
Okay.
No,
Yes.
it's a goddamn fucking joke. It's like we talked on fucking episode. No, listen. It's like on episode 29 where we were talking about that tweet where it was all like, "What is the biggest amount of money Tony Khan has wasted?" It's fucking Ben and Jerry's himself right here, Eddie Kingston. Fucking okay, and then fucking commentary was really driving home that this was a moment. So Tony Khan's for sure listening to the pod and PW said he says I don't create moments, huh?
Yes.
I'll show them commentary. Tell them this is a moment. Excalibur and fucking EO fucking Dick Avani should go on a fucking date. They were fucking blowing each other.
Dude. Okay, now can I just trigger you a little bit more with this match?
No.
Okay. So this was a great moment, right? Oh, a great moment in history. So
yeah, I guess.
Look at my screen here, hairline, and you will see that Eddie Kingston and Claudio were dressed like Mitsuharu Misawa and Kawada from New Japan.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all.
And then hairline. Look.
Okay.
Oh, it was such a great moment, right? Look at the finish. They copied the finish from Mitsuha and Kawada from New Japan.
He's such a fucking mark, bro.
With the power.
The only person that knew that fucking spot was Tony Khan and Excalibur, dog.
Hairline, we're not done tonight either, buddy. I want you to understand something.
This is the first match.
I want you to understand something, bro. This is good. This is just the beginning. So moving along. Footage is shown from her. Go ahead. Go. Okay.
No, fuck this.
Okay. Footage is shown from the Kingdom watching over an injured Roddy Strong, who's in the hospital like Vince McMahon, laid out on death's door. Adam Cole comes to visit.
Roddy, open your eyes.
Like, where have you been? And Roddy's like, just go. Just freaking go.
I love it.
And yeah, I don't know, man. Max has a match against Samoa Joe. So Renee Paquette backstage.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I got stuff on this. Cole's fucking selfish. The way he takes off as soon as he gets there, and fucking Taz goes, man, that's such a rough bed. Because when he was going down, it was all like Taz just shooting on the bed, dog.
Oh man.
Jesus.
So Renee Paquette's backstage with Christian Cage and TNT champion Luchasaurus. Christian's like at Rampage Grand Slam. So I guess Grand Slam is also on Friday. So I have to watch this shit. We're going to walk through Sting and Darby. Darby, I'm ready to move on. I'm bored with you. But I have a proposition for you. Let's have a triple threat against me and Lucha. Then after he's like, so in this handicap triple threat, And then he's like, make sure you bring the boy or the kid or whatever. Christian's awesome. He's money right now. I think Edge shows up. I'm just saying, I'm going to maintain it, bro, because I just think with the releases and stuff, okay, he'll just go get that bag quick and then come back to Endeavor later. It would look bad because he'll get bad press if WWE brings Edge back when they know they're not right on money, but they just released all these people. It's just going to be such bad press, and Edge is going to catch heat from the Twitter mob. I know he doesn't care about that, but he does care about it a little bit, I'm sure, right? So I just think it's I think we'll see it. I think we'll just see him get a bag for like 6 months. He'll sign like a month-to-month deal or something. We'll see him like 3 months in AEW, then he'll just go back, and everyone will go whatever. He tried the AEW thing.
Did Sean Ross Sapp come up with this, or is
I
this
don't
on
know.
your
I
fucking
came up with this,
chicken
bro.
liver lips?
No, it's coming from my chicken lips.
There we go.
So up next, we get Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara, and he's taking on Sammy Guevara takes on Chris Jericho, and he comes out with a rapper Montezi. He was awful. They're treating this like a pay-per-view and like a big pay-per-view moment. The crowd did not care about Sammy Guevara at all. Jericho is fucking delusional. They think they're getting Sammy over. That is not happening whatsoever, dude. This is absolutely crazy. This match was actually fucking solid, though, right? Like, it's Jericho's WWE pacing. I mean, it was solid for like a fucking, like, Guevara just does marky goof shit and just
Sammy
flips
botched.
off shit. Like, at least he didn't do that. This was like a this was like a WWE paced, let's get our shit in match. But like, they botched shit. They missed the super kick. Jericho's old.
A lot.
Yeah, you know, like, it's just like you saw what they were trying to do, but it's just Jericho can't do this shit anymore. The GHB, I was gonna call it. The fucking GTH looked like shit at the end. The fucking, I don't know, Jericho's just a step behind Sammy. Sammy's just a step ahead. He's too quick, you know. And then I'm about to show you some shit that, and I'm glad Hairline's saying, no, there was botches, because I don't want you to be like, fuck the kayfabe shit. I know you have real opinions on this. I know for the show, but you got to tell me honestly, and I'm going to show you some shit that's about to infuriate you, dude. There's shit that you thought that Kawada shit was funny. Watch this, okay? So AEW, they cannot create their own moments. They cannot do their own original shit. They just copy New Japan, copy Ring of Honor, and they copy WWE here, which we know.
Yeah.
But not only that, Jericho beats fucking Sammy, and the way he pitched this to Tony Khan was, I know, Tony, I have a great idea. It'll be huge. Tony, listen, no, it'll be huge. It'll be huge. Listen, I'm going to come out. I'm going to do what Shawn Michaels did to me at WrestleMania. I know we'll be copying WWE. I know we'll be copying WWE, but it will be huge. I know we copied New Japan earlier. Oh, Eddie Kingston and Claudio. I overheard them talking, and I heard them talking about they wanted to dress up like Misawa and Kawada. So I had an idea. Huge. This is an original idea. Tony.
Who is that?
It's an original idea.
Who are those wrestlers?
Tony, they're the 4 pillars of all Japan Pro Wrestling. Tony, I can't believe you didn't know that. He did it. He's senile. You're senile. And here's the thing. Tony. Here's the thing. One time, a long time ago, but it was at the biggest event ever, 90,000 at WrestleMania. Me and Shawn Michaels, he's the greatest. He's the greatest of all time. We stole the show. We drew the house. Tony, it's true. I was there. I'm telling you, Sleepy Vince booked a match. Tony, it was me versus Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels beat me. Even though I should have gone over, but Shawn Michaels politicked his way into the win. Tony, I'm not doing that with you, but hear me out. Let's copy WWE. I will go over on Sammy, even though Sammy should be going over on me, but it'll be great. It will be huge. It'll be the biggest match. And not only, Tony, we're going to dress up like myself. So Sammy is going to dress like me. And then I'm going to dress like Shawn Michaels. And then Excalibur is going to talk about it. He's great. He's the best. He's been the best. Excalibur's huge. And I work with him on Rampage all the time. Let me tell you.
He's just great.
Absolutely.
He's the best.
He's the best. That's right. Now, Tony, one last thing.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
He's going to dress like me. I'm going to dress like HBK. I'm going to get the win. We're going to copy WWE. It'll be the best thing ever. It'll be great. And Tony's like, oh, yeah, it'll be great. Guys.
Yeah, fuck yeah, there it is.
So I don't know. I'm not going to go through this match. We talked about it. They botched a bunch, but hairline, you saw it online then. I have it pulled up here, but they did you see the comparison here? So let me share my screen once more with the man himself.
Yeah, Jericho's outfit.
Well, look at this here. So we have the video. So not only is Sammy dressed like Jericho, but Jericho's dressed like HBK, and they copied the exact same spot. Do you see this? So
What a bunch of fucking marks.
They just can't even be original or come up with their own moments. Look, it's the exact same thing he did with Shawn. This is So not only did they let Eddie Kingston play out his fantasy mark shit, all Japan shit, they let Jericho relive his fucking fantasy mark Shawn Michaels match. That was his fucking. So they copied an All Japan and a fucking WWE big moment on their show.
Yeah, dogs. Don't forget MJF. MJF did that Bret Hart promo.
And then MJF did the Bret Hart promo with the kid later. This fucking
marks
company.
Bunch of marks.
Are fucking, you can't make this up, dude. Could you imagine, WWE, let's recreate a WCW spot. Let's recreate a ECW spot. Bro. It's just get original.
What, no, okay, listen.
You're right. It's
cool
marks, man. And fuck you gonna defend Jericho too. Fuck all that.
What?
Listen, and then Callis comes out, and I did call it fucking Guevara's joining the Callis family.
Okay, so first off, it is okay to pay homage. You know what I'm saying? But it's like technically the problem here is they're paying homage to what like stuff they've shit on. They're all like WWE's trash.
Exactly.
And it's all like, okay, so why are you paying homage to trash? Blocked. You know, like, god damn it. Okay, so
this is bullshit.
That's the entrance. Fucking that's what he does. So this entrance here, man, I was just happy the rapper was doing just like all these trap kids, they only do their ad libs. So it was cool that he was spinning all of his bars. You know what I'm saying? His bars weren't like the greatest, but it was just like, at least this guy was fucking trying, man.
Shut the fuck up. Get into this match.
I'm just sick of the Mark Hammond shit. Like, fucking, I was all like, why did the fucking lights go off? What the fuck is this? And like, look at Sammy's jacket, and it's all like, there was only like fucking like 4 rolls of lights. God. It wasn't bright enough. Ugh. It's just all like, you guys, you have this fucking huge budget.
And their trunks are the exact same. And then Excalibur's like, and Jericho's wearing tights reminiscent of his match with Shawn Michaels. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
So Aubrey's immediately in the way as the match kicks off.
Yeah. I was like, the refs were egregious this show. My fucking word, dude.
Yeah, this was an awful fucking Dynamite. So Jericho had Sammy in the corner on the turnbuckle, and fucking Jericho was laying in the 1, 2, 3, and Sammy was just not selling or reacting to any of these punches. But then he would then Jericho fucking did a hurricanrana or some shit, and Sammy oversells.
Yeah, he's flopping around like he's a flipper, bro.
But it's like fucking 10 seconds ago he was selling fucking punches.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is it, bro? The match was way too goddamn long. The shooting star press was fucking sick into the code breaker, despite the slight botch there. But
how'd you like that botch super kick where fucking Sammy missed the super kick? Jericho sold it.
On the outside?
You could just see the crowd going, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, I don't think.
And during this match, Jericho, we got a "We Want Wrestling" chant and a "You fucked up" chant as well, just so everyone knows.
Jericho's definitely not responsible for that botch, first off.
Yes.
But yeah, outside of that, man, son of a bitch, fucking Don Callis, that bastard. You called that shit.
Yeah. We also had the fans singing Seth Rollins' theme where they were clearly trying to mute it. And a "We Want Wrestling" chant during this match, bro. That's all I'm saying. Or was it during the Mox match? It was during one of the matches, bro. That's all I'm saying. Or yeah. When Mox did the stomp on Phoenix, they started singing Seth Rollins' theme, you know? So there you go. That's all that has to be said here. Sorry, your last thoughts on this Callis shit. And then Garcia's backstage, they get in each other's face. Fuck this clown, man. I can't stand Garcia, dude.
Is Garcia going to the family?
I don't care. I really don't.
That's not what I asked.
So speaking of Mox and Ray Phoenix,
Oh,
we get their international championship matchup next. Now, not only did we get homages, multiple homages, and fucking people cosplaying, but we also got multiple injuries on this show, bad ones. So here's an international championship match, Moxley versus Phoenix. Now, I watched the match back, and Moxley I think initially got rocked. I believe what happened was Phoenix's elbow clipped Moxley from that stage dive right at the beginning of the match. Phoenix did the flip. I think he rocked Moxley with his elbow kind of. And then when Moxley landed, he was rocked up. You could see he was laboring when he got to his feet. He was stumbling around. He couldn't really get in the ring. You could tell he wasn't selling shit at first. He looked loopy. So that's my personal opinion. Then Moxley, I don't know. They worked through the match. Moxley gets drilled with a fucking brutal looking pile driver. The ref fucks up and doesn't just count the 3 because these refs are fucking marks and they're used to being told after I do this spot and this spot and this spot, he's going to kick out instead of just calling it like a real athletic competition and just being able to be in the moment. And it's just the refs are tuned into the spots, each spot, and Tony going, oh yeah, we're going to give them an extra 5 minutes. Tell them in the ring on the fly. They get an extra 8. So Moxley's rocked. He gets tombstone and he's fucking hurt, like legitimately hurt. He doesn't kick out. You can see when the ref doesn't count to 3, Mox looks up and he starts yelling shit at him. And I think Mox was hurt and was just doing the right thing for business and just laying down like he shouldn't have to say anything on Mox's behalf.
Morons.
Yeah, the fucking shitty garbage Mark refs, man. All these refs suck. There's like one good fucking ref in AEW, I swear.
Yeah, the black guy.
Yeah, the black ref's the only. I don't know his name. We're gonna learn his name because he's the only good ref in the fucking business.
They were assholes
in the company, rather.
Like, shout out to him.
So this ref just what the fuck, man? And he's like, and it's right on camera. And then Excalibur's going, oh, I think he might have twitched and got his arm up an inch. And then you see Moxley just yelling at the guy, like clearly on camera. And then Phoenix gets him up again and fucking tombstones him. And this time, from every angle I've seen, it looks like Mox landed right on his fucking head. He was knocked the fuck out brutally. He lays there. He gets the 1, 2, 3. Now, in kayfabe, I'm glad they got the international belt off of Phoenix. I mean, off of Moxley and put it on an international guy. In not kayfabe though, we go hard on Moxley on this show a lot. I maintain he's cringe and shit, but that ref fucked you, and I'm praying for you. And he's been diagnosed with a mild concussion, and that ref fucked you. And Moxley, we give you shit, but honestly, bro, thank you for putting your life on the line. I've seen Mox at live shows, bro, and he doesn't hold back. And I saw him right before he left in a house show. They just jobbed him in a four-way dance. He got eliminated by Balor in literally like 3 minutes. They just jobbed him. And then he went to AEW like a couple weeks later, right? So I do love Mox. Like overall in the grand scheme, I love Shield and everything like Mox has done. Yes, I poke fun at your Mark fucking deathmatch shit. Hairline loves that shit though. Just not when you're doing it because he doesn't think you do it properly. But overall though, dude, the health and safety, like I'm never gonna we don't want
anyone concussed.
Right, or getting really seriously hurt. And that ref fucked you. And thank you for like taking another tombstone. You didn't have to even do that for me, bro. And just trying to protect the business at least somewhat there and being legit. Thank you for that. Praying for you. Best wishes to you and your family right now. Take some time off. Hang out with your daughter. You lost that belt. I don't need you, Mox. Come back. Have it mean something. The Blackpool Combat Club will be fine without you, and just take some time off, bro. You wrestle so goddamn much. You put your body through so much, bro. Concussions. The doctors are saying he has the arthritis of a 70-year-old man. I mean, take some time off, bro. Kiss your wife. Have another baby. Shout out Mox. So I'm not going to trash him or anything. I'm not going to trash this match, but that was very scary. And shout out Ree Phoenix, I guess. Build something with this. Terrifying stuff. Now, before we move along to what was the best,
okay, hold on.
the absolute best part of the night.
Hold on.
Yeah, well, hold on. So, Hairline, I want your thoughts on this. But before we move on, I want your also thoughts on some other interesting stuff that developed coming out of this match involving Steven Richards and AEW's pulling down videos and stuff, right? AEW botcha style. So we're going to get into that. But Hairline, what's your thoughts on this match, I guess? And then like what happened with the and Moxley and the injury and all that sort of stuff.
Well, more or less all I wanted to touch on is like fucking someone needs to say something to fucking Ray Phoenix. You know, you can't just be dumping guys on their heads.
He gets injured a lot too, so he's got to fucking chill out. And I love Phoenix. I put him over every show.
Him of all people.
Yeah, he's got to chill, man. You're hurting others now. I don't know what's going on. Relax, guys. Just overall in AEW, not even just Phoenix. And then and Tony Khan was saying at the press conference, "Fuck, man, we did the best New Japan Forbidden Door show, man. If you guys had to deal with the injuries we had to deal with booking into that show, well, why is everyone getting hurt like this? Everyone's getting hurt real bad, Tony. Like, God forbid that was Saraya or someone or Danielson who's hurt their neck already, you know? So sorry, Hairline, you go ahead."
No, for sure, man. I don't know, man. Like that's you basically covered everything. Oh, he twitched. It was like, what fucking twitch? No, this ref just fucked him. And but like, good try to call it on the fucking moment, boys. But
yeah,
why is Max always involved in these botchy fucking endings? You know what I'm saying? The fucking you got this, you got the fireworks shit. It's always fucking Max.
Yeah, so he didn't deserve that, but praying for him and the family. But just to go like to stick on this topic, Hairline, I want to share with you again the screen again, and because
what did they do this time?
Well, AEW has been pulling down. So AEW has been pulling down videos of this botch and just some of their botches in general. And shout out Maven and Steven Richards. They've been blowing up on YouTube, right? Like out of nowhere, making these videos. And Steven Richards is breaking videos down. And basically what happened was Steven Richards broke down the spot. And I just want to play his clip. And then he broke down the differences between Vince McMahon and Tony Khan. And he broke down AEW and their legal team pulled down his videos. So everybody's resharing these clips. They clipped it, of course. And they're fucking DMCA pulling all this shit down. And Steven Richards tweeted out, he was like, AEW, if you guys spent this amount of energy and spent as much time fucking training your wrestlers so shit like this doesn't fucking happen, instead of pulling down videos of people criticizing this shit constructively and explaining why and how to avoid this shit, you guys would be fucking better off. You know what I mean? You guys would fucking be doing better. So here's Steven Richards talking about it.
So let's go to basically how Tony Khan reacted to all this and how Jon Moxley may be seriously injured. Let's do a dance. This
is Tony Khan after
Jon Moxley might be in the hospital.
This is Tony Khan after this shit went off air.
May be seriously injured. Let's do a dance. Oh, let's just dance. Oh, Jon Moxley might be in the hospital. Jon Moxley's out. Yeah. Oh, I'm having a great time.
Oh my God.
Are you serious? Are you serious with this? Are you serious? So let's go to...
Bro, he's doing Daniel Garcia's fucking dick wiggle. And then this guy tweets out, when The Undertaker got concussed at WrestleMania 30, Vince McMahon left Mania and went to the hospital with him in the ambulance.
Yep.
When Moxley got concussed last night, Tony Khan wiggles his dick with Daniel fucking Garcia for a bunch of fucking neckbeards. I'm done with this company. I'm done.
Did you retweet this?
Yes, of course. And this is an utter fucking disgrace. And they're DMC striking this and pulling it down. What a bunch of fuck. This is clownery. They're going to get someone killed or seriously fucking hurt. And this is utter. I cannot defend this any longer, Hairline. And you know this, man. Hairline is like depressed. I can tell because I'm off the wagon. I'm like, I shit on this shit. I'm like, fuck this. Like, I can't defend this any longer. And this behavior, and they're pulling down the video of Steven Richards and clips of him just breaking down how to avoid the botch and all this sort of shit. And then it's just like,
why would you want that?
I don't know, man. This is fucking. This
You
is
should
all
want
stupid.
criticism and feedback. How do you grow? Oh, I should be allowed to dance. Steven Richards is never allowed in AEW.
This shit is a fucking is a joke. And that so now I retract
Yeah,
my
it's been a
statement about
joke.
Edge going there.
No, listen, good, thank you. First off, thank you, you fucking moron.
Dude,
And
I do it
second
to
off,
I do it to piss you off. You know
it,
that.
it, it was a joke at fucking Ben and Jerry's going over on Claudio, dog.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
where the joke started. Where's the punchline? I'm waiting for the fucking. The punchline was the dance and the dick dance.
So now this last chunk of the show was really good. AEW Women's World Championship match. Saraya with Ruby Soho takes on Toni Storm. Ruby Soho's really coming to her own. She's great with Saraya. Toni Storm is just brilliant. The music, the aesthetic, the look, how she plays it. This is like the most WWE shit on the fucking show. Tits out. Saraya has to hit her with like a second rope nightcap, she calls it. Gets the pinfall victory. These girls are just so sexy out there. And they're working. They're the two top women. Good. This was on Grand Slam. This should have been on All In. I've said it a bunch of times. And yeah, man, this was a great match. I really enjoyed it. And I don't know, Saraya defends the belt. Tony's like crying in the ring. I think this was I think the right call just for now. You know, you get it on Tony down the line again, but these are your 3 stars. They all came from WWE. Go figure. Hairline, your thoughts.
Shocker. What a fucking entrance, bro. That was
Yeah.
fucking dope. What pissed me off here is how dare Paige. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Tony tried to fucking be cool and reach out and give her a hug. And like later on in the commentary, they were all like, Tony drove them to this. And it was all like, she just tried to hug her at the start of the match. What are you talking about, Doug? I popped really hard for the fucking when she ran underneath the ring and then came back out with the shoes. You know, like this is good. Like this is WWE comedy. And then fucking man, I was legit like yelling at my TV screen watching this, like oh, with the false finishes and all that, man. Just, I'm so invested into Tony and probably the highlight of the show. Yeah, obvious. We had Dairy Queen followed by fucking whatever the fuck, you know, and then we closed her out with MJF,
Yeah, we had a bunch
whatever.
of WWE cosplaying.
Yeah, then actual WWE.
Yeah, and then actual WWE, and then we get into a little WWF with the MJF talking to the kid fucking thing. The marks are all chanting, he's our scumbag. Joe comes out, he's a real guy. Okay, this match was actually really good. Joe slaughtered this motherfucker. I already called it though. I'm like, MJF plays into the fucking the fandom, the wrestling fandom. So he's like, I promise you I will choke out Joe. So I knew going into this match again, AEW loves to stooge their own fucking shit. And so he promises. So I knew it was going to happen because you can't promise shit as a baby face, quote unquote, in wrestling unless you're going to deliver. And basically, this is like Joe slaughtered him, though. He puts him through a table. He Death Valley drivers him on the apron, which is crazy. He works his neck the whole time, hits him with a muscle buster. MJF kicks out of the muscle buster. Now this is turning into Orange Cassidy, where the guy doing fucking kangaroo kicks is kicking out of muscle busters from Samoa Joe. I'm about to puke and throw the fuck up. I'm not going to say this match was bad. I'm not going to say these guys aren't over or this wasn't a great match, but they're really just like, no, we're a joke company. Fuck it. We're just a joke. Like, that's just what this is. So MJF, though, they had a great heel finish where the crowd's cheering for it. Yeah. Imagine them cheering Ric Flair fucking grabbing the rope, choking Joe out. Joe shakes his hand, even though MJF cheated with a fucking string to choke him out.
No shit.
We already had one hand. Why do this? They're like, oh no, you guys are going to be cool because people like you, but you're also a bad guy. Joe could have just fucked off and they never had to fight again. No, we have to shake hands to make sure that the honor is kept, that the fucking story means that like you guys are done now. It ends with a handshake. Like, it's so cringy, dude. And then, yeah, man, Adam Cole, though, he did a good job, like, hiding the string from the fucking ref and all that. I liked all that. But what were your thoughts on this match? And
Yeah, man, so like I did pop to the Bret Hart shit, but it's overall, like I said, the psychology. You know, why are we putting the enemy over? Nice pop there for
Dummy,
the kangaroo
yeah.
kick. So in your face. Cass said MJF's playing all the hits tonight. after the kangaroo hit. The Death Valley driver onto the apron. That was fucking sick. You know, that was really like it. That was good storytelling with the whole Max's neck thing. You know, so I'm glad Adam Cole made it down there, man. That was very WWE. He's holding down both homies.
Right. The only problem with that is that Adam Cole, speaking of him, when he ran down, he jumped off the stage there and he tweaked his fucking leg. He was sent to the hospital as well after the show. And he hurt his leg. If you were paying attention, I tweeted it out as it happened because I'm like, dude, he's limping around. Do you guys not see this? As soon as he landed on the ground off the stage, he limped to the ring. He limped his way through all the ending shit. He was limping. So he fucked his leg up.
Injury, bro.
Injury, maybe hopefully not something broken, but he's got a match lined up. He's a tag champ. He's in the world title. This company's fucking dumb. Why would he do that? Why would he jump off that stage? They got to get a rein on things. Oh, if we're going to have a big stage, tell everyone no one jump off this, or Adam Cole, be smarter. Why aren't you smarter than that? It's crazy to me, bro.
In the moment performing, I've done some stupid shit just feeding off the adrenaline.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You got to be a little more calculated than that when your whole shit is. He just ran and jumped off it. Like you could have did anything else, bro. It's so stupid. Or have stairs on the side or something. Like what's going on? They're supposed to have some match against Kingdom or whatever, but there you go. AEW once again. But our overall show was, and that's it, guys. That was the 30th fucking episode of Pro Wrestle Times podcast. We'll review Grand Slam Part 2 on the next step. Thanks for rocking with us. Patreon.com/Pro Wrestle Times. Shout out Reggie Rodriguez. Shout out Ashley V. Guys, consider supporting us on YouTube. 99 cents. You get our uploads early. Just leave a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe. That's the best, easiest, freest way to support us. Shout out all of our listeners, man. We love you guys so much. For Phil Marks, I am out. Yeah. And there's my man Hairline. He's out too.
Yeah. Just hit the Stranger Things.
Go, Dad. I'm in the upside down. Go, Dad.